All right. I don't know how long I don't know how long I'm going to be today. My brain is already kind of just shorting out a bit. But we're gonna be taking a look at some stuff. Well, not some stuff that I got from VCF West, and I'm not talking about Midwest. I'm talking about West because I got my stuff home from West some time ago, and I haven't really messed around with it since I got it back on the shelf, and I kind of went on a little bit of a side quest in shooting the follow-up video for the compact Presario and found that my Power Mac G3 no longer works. So I wanted to mess around with that a little bit on stream and mess around with another machine that broke down at VCF West that I just never got around with until now. So that's what we're going to be doing on today's stream. This is also very much a unplanned stream, because I should not be up this early, but I am for some reason. Whoops. Hit the button. What's up, Theo Gamer? Glad to have you. I'm also still trying to nail down the setup here, so it's going to be a second before I get everything going here. I need to get my Latitude up and running so I can see chat from over here. Let's need to grab the first machine. Whoa. Whew. Holy moly. That's a big one. Now your stream was on my recommendations. Wow, YouTube's actually recommending me to people. That's awesome for once. Yeah, welcome in. We are going to be working on old computers. At least as best as I can muster today. Pull up OBS. Make sure everything is kind of in frame here. And pop out chat. Yay, I can see things now. Okay. Yeah, the iMac G3s, they are a conundrum in my eyes, because I love them, but they are also very, I mean, this one's okay, I guess, but the slot loader ones are kind of a pain in the ass, unfortunately. Like, they like to break really easily. I have a pretty good one in my living room, but I don't use it out of fear that I'm going to break the poor thing. So the story behind this one is this was supposed to be my Mac OS X beta machine at VCF West, and unfortunately I got it in at load-in. It started up once and then refused to start up ever again. So what I want to see is, was it just feeling a little bit shy? Or was it truly broken? So I'm going to go ahead and give it power. And we'll see if it does anything crazy here. I suspect the analog board is probably gone bad. But if this thing just starts up, I'm going to be very impressed. Yeah. Wait. What? What? It works. I mean, it took a few presses of the power button, but it's coming on. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, the slot loaders don't have fans, which really sucks. These ones, thankfully, do have fans because I don't know why they did really well with the revision A through D. When they went to slot loaders, they forgot everything that makes a good iMac and just, yeah, they all suck. They're good machines, but they're just not built very well. It really pisses me off. But I can't believe it's working. Why? What did I do? Was it really just feeling that shy at VCF? I mean, look, it even has my cool little VCF West background. You've got to be kidding me. I mean, maybe this is going to be a very nice, whatever the opposite of foreshadowing is of how today is going to go. I need to get a picture of this. Because, yeah. That's what we call streamer luck here. It just works. Let me see if I have a mouse for this thing. I should just right over here. Unfortunately, it's one of these pieces of junk here. But, I mean, they get the job done, so I can't really complain too much. Let me see if I can get this a little... I would love to, at some point, get a better camera set up in here, but this will have to do. Oh, hey, it's Garth. Hey, Garth. Yeah, so this is the iMac that I thought died, and I guess it's just working now, suddenly. It would not turn on at VCF, which is why I had to run the iBook. So, let's give it a mouse and see what it does. So we have mouse. We go startup disk. Do we not have OS 10 on here? I had the beta on here. What the... Yeah, OS 10 is installed on here. What the hell? You know, you may not be too far off the mark there, though. I mean, usually the Computer History Museum has good power, but given this year's, the venue was kind of weird. And maybe that was it. But we do have OS 10 on here, it's just not showing up. Which is odd. But yeah, it's working perfectly fine. Let me, shut it down, I guess. No, there is very much a broken machine in my lineup today. This was just me seeing if... Okay, I'm going to give this another shot, and I'm going to see if it works, and if it does, well, Yeah, and if it doesn't, well, it's a problem for not me, because I do not feel like doing the analog board on this machine. Also, I have a fit-for-purpose keyboard for this thing. This lovely piece of kit here, which I rescued from someone's house a while back, and it was kind of broken, but now it works. Reboot and hold X. I will do that in just a moment. Can you tell this stream was very unplanned? I'm kind of resisting the urge to, like, get things really set up out here, because on Sunday, this is the machine that was supposed to kind of be running everything out here. This is a 2019 13-inch MacBook Pro. Unfortunately, that thing is toast. And by toast, I mean somebody messed up trying to swap the battery out. And that somebody was not me. So somebody messed it up. I got it from e-waste. That was supposed to be the machine running everything out here, but because it doesn't have a battery, or the battery isn't recognized, it runs super slow and will not do much of anything out here. So the person I know at eWaste has a 2020 model that apparently should just work. And I'm going to go swap that out for that model and hopefully have an actual machine out here instead of using my M1 MacBook Pro to run everything. Let's get this plugged in. And I'm realizing I do not have enough room out here for CRTs. Oops. Where is that port? There we go. And now we plug the mouse into the keyboard. And I believe this keyboard can just power on the iMac. And it turns right back on. Yeah, this iMac's working again. Cool. I don't owe Frodo Jedi a blood penance anymore. Because this is technically his iMac. And the X key did not work. So maybe the beta install on here has gone bad, or it expired or something. I need to reinstall it at some point. But the machine is booting OS 9, so I'm not gonna... I can't complain too loudly. I'm just happy that this machine's working again. What I am going to do is I'm going to table this machine for right now and put it off to the side. So I clear room on the other table for it. Yeah, maybe so. I do have, I believe 9.0, I wonder. Could it be? It's the Garth version. Garth Beagle, quality assurance. The version of Mac OS 9 that Garth made, everybody. I'm kidding. Okay, well, we know this machine suddenly just got its second wind, so what I am curious about now is seeing as I had to, like, press the power button many times to get it to work, I wonder if the power button just got gummed up. We're just going to let it sit over here and think about what it's doing. And we're going to get the machine out that inspired this stream. Assuming I don't break the handles. This thing. So, I don't know what happened to this poor thing. It worked great at VCF West. Got it home, put it on the shelf, forgot about it. Until I was shooting the follow-up to the Compact Presario video. At which point I discovered I had a Mac flashed Radeon 7000, and I figured I would test it in here rather than get the 9600 down and test it in there. Turns out, this machine will not boot for some odd reason. It will not boot from IDE. It will not boot from SATA. It will not boot from anything I throw at it. So, we're going to see what we can do about that, hopefully. Now watch as it just works. So, what I'm going to do first, let's get this out of the way. I have horrible luck with PowerMac G3s. I don't know why. They just like to not work for me. I swear I give them fair working conditions. I'm not sure why. They hate me. So here we've got the badass G3. We've got a Radeon 9200 LE, one of the best video cards you can get for a PCI Macintosh. A SATA card back here that has been flashed. And of course an SSD back here which runs Mac OS X. I also have a disc-on module right here that you can't see. Yeah, I don't know what it is with these G3s. Like, I personally have bad luck with them. This is my second one, actually. So everything is connected up. We're just going to hook this thing up and see if it wants to play nice or if it wants to be mean to me. So let's go ahead and do that. And forgive me for being really not coordinated this morning. As I was telling friend of the channel, Gut Bomb, my brain is as single-threaded as a Celeron, Pentium 4 based Celeron at the moment. So I'm kind of just meandering my way through this morning. Where are you? And let's hope that my TV doesn't let me down for monitor purposes here. So I'm going to go look behind me to make sure you all are in frame. Let me scroll upwards here. Alright, let's power on. Actually, we have audio. We can use the big boy audio system here. Yeah. That is the wrong cable. Okay, we are plugged in. And we get a chime. Oh, you want to see a Prescott? Oh boy, I've got a Prescott for you. In my collection, I have an Alienware Area 51M. And I shit you not, it's got a full-blown Prescott in it. Somehow it manages to run somewhat cool. Wait, that was the wrong input. So yeah, I'm not going to get so lucky this time, it looks like. Because it just does this. And I don't think nope, I do not have a disc in here. So yeah, so back in the day, I'm not sure why, for really performant mobile systems, they used full-blown desktop CPUs. I'm not sure why. The Alienware is not the first one to have done that. I know some Dells did the very same thing, and it was just as weird. Alright, so I got a copy of 9.2. I'm just going to stick that right in there. Or it's going to fight me on that too. I'm just going to hop in my chair because standing up is painful. I remember those Dell Precisions. They were kind of neat. I think I had one like that, and it was red. It was pretty cool. Gut bomb? It is all the way up, just so you know. In fact, let me go check my settings. Alright. I forgot OBS has gain filters. There you go. Maybe that's better. I hope that's better. Hey, did you know that you could go over to my Ko-fi page and donate me money to get a wireless lavalier? No, I'm kidding. I need to figure out a better audio setup for in here because right now I'm using continuity camera with my iPhone XR, and I'm using that thing's mic. And I think you can actually use the mic port or the if I were to connect a wired lavalier mic to the XR, I could use that. But unfortunately, the problem with that is I would lose the ability to keep it powered because I have it connected up via cable at the moment. So what's happening now? Hopefully it's better. Hopefully the sound is better. It seems to be trying to read the disc, but it's failing. This optical drive works. It is actually a pretty new drive. It's worked in here before, so I'm not sure why it's having problems now. And we're just kind of stuck here. I think I've already tried PRAM before, but I'll try it again just for posterity. I'm also just looking through my CDs collection here. What are we looking at here? We are looking at this piece of garbage. Also, Gut Bomb, you remembered how I think I've said in voice chat how the iMac that I was selling to Frank, how it just died, right? Well, we tried it as the first machine on the stream, and it actually just works. Like, I plugged it in, pressed the power button a few times, and it just fired right up. So I think the power button on it's going bad. At least that's what it feels like. Alright. This thing is being stupid. So let's see if PRAM reset does it. Command Option PR. Hey. Send it to Frank. That's not very cash money. Also, he's gonna have to come pick it up or something. Because, we've talked at length about this, and I don't trust an iMac to ship, even, like, the original ones with better plastics. Come on. And we got one zap. I think that's good enough. Black screen of death. So this is a dumb question for anybody out in the audience who may or may not have done this. Can you use multiple continuity cameras in OBS, or is it just one? Because I would love to have multiple angles, but I think just, yeah. I would love to use DroidCam, but DroidCam doesn't have a client on Mac OS last I checked. At least I think so. Let me check Rooney's. Actually, no, I know it doesn't. DroidCam isn't... Oh, yeah, that's right, it does. I forgot about that. Because I have an iPhone 6 that really isn't going to be doing much of anything other than being a Droid Cam. I mean, I could use Droid Cam, one Droid Cam and one continuity camera. That would work. So yeah, we're not even getting boot from the IDE, which is really weird. I don't know what's going on. Like, and before anybody makes a note of it, this is a revision 2 G3, so we should not be having any IDE issues. What I need to do before I think about multiple angles is I really need to 3D print, because I'm sure you can. I need to 3D print another phone holder, because I have another tripod. I would just need something to hold the phone. Because what I'm using right now is like one phone holder that would go on a Gorilla Pod. I'm not buying another one of those. Those are very expensive. Come on. Why are you being so difficult? Ah. Did this IDE drive just check out? It's not giving the disc back, so it knows there's a disc in there. And if I recall correctly, the blue and white G3s did not yet have that very handy boot selector. Something weird is going on. I'm gonna try a reset. I don't think the SSD broke because I've disconnected the SSD and that made no difference. I am halfway tempted to go grab like my IDE, like a spare IDE cable and another IDE optical drive, because I've got quite a few, and seeing if that will bring it back. I could also try plugging in a SATA optical drive. In fact, I may well do that. Hold for science. That is what we are going to do. For I have many optical drives. And we'll grab... We'll give this the best possible chance. One of these guys right here. I've never had one of these LG M disk drives fail on me, so I will trust them with my life. Hell yeah, that's the best part of Costco. You gotta get yourself like a dollar glizzy. Give me my disc. Okay. Oh, so conveniently, there's just a SATA cable hanging out over here. That's what I'm going to use. I'm just going to move this down a drive, or down a slot. plug in our drive. Something Molex to say to lose your data, but in my case, we love flirting with disaster on this channel. Alright. Power up. The drive comes to life. Yay, it's Trina! Trina will bring the good luck. So this is currently what I'm looking at here. I'm going to give her a reboot. I'm not looking forward to having to redo the optical drive if that's the problem. We are sitting at a gray screen, unfortunately. I somehow don't think we're going to get anywhere. $1 p.m. You crazy East Coasters. So we got nothing. Not a damn thing. So what am I working on? I am trying to get this G3 to acknowledge any kind of boot media at this point. Because it went perfectly well at VCF West, brought it home, ignored it for a couple months, and now it's mad. I think I've already tried that off stream, but you know what? We're going to do it again because, you know what? Now that Garth is here, that will probably actually work. Just checking my work real quick here. Because I did swap the voltage regulators on these with the ones from my StarTech card because I think those are better. Anyway, we are now just on the disc-on module. So I'm going to start this thing back up. DOS session? Where we're going, we don't need no DOS. What happened to my finger? You mean this one right here? Smash the absolute crap out of it. I'm kind of, it's mostly recovered though. And no boot. I can read the... So can everybody else. That's the best part. So, I'm going to try something stupid. I'm going to put the disc-on module onto the slower ATA channel. And what's fun is there's a power button just right here. Can these boot from a SCSI card? Absolutely. Do I have one on hand? Somewhere, yeah. Should I try a blue SCSI? Maybe. Nothing. It's still dead. Ugh. Did the disc-on module die? Oh no, the optical drive's unplugged. In fact, I'm running the disc-on module on the optical drive's IDE bus. Wait. It thought about it. It thought about it for a minute. I'm gonna let this thing think, because I may have a trick up my sleeve here. Except I don't, because I don't have an OS 9. I don't have an OS 9 ready thingamajig. But optical drive emulation, I see where you're going with this. Alright. I think we're about to get desperate here. Power off. Close that up. I have a plan. A plan I has. Ah, look, right there. Perfect. Garth remembers this card. Perfect, that's the one we're going to be using. Are you holding... I've tried the C key, it doesn't make a bit of difference, guys. The balls are inert. And this is where I hope everybody got that reference. So you know what? We're blessing the machine with blue SCSI. That is what we are doing today. I thought these didn't, because I've tried multiple times to get the boot selector on this particular machine, and it didn't never want to come up for whatever reason. Either way, we're playing the SCSI Always Works card here. I do have to remember to turn off initiator mode, because this is my initiator mode blue SCSI. And thankfully, I've got a laptop right here with network access I can use to get the ISO that I'm going to need. And then do I want to just roll with 8.6 on here? I don't know. I'm feeling 8. I know 8.6 to work, so we're going to go 8.6. In fact, this very copy of 8.6 was ripped by Garth, so I know it's going to work. And if it doesn't, we can blame Garth. I think this chassis is a little bit bent. Don't think it's enough to really make a difference, though, but I am noticing a little bit. And then name it CD1. Actually, just to avoid this becoming a problem, and then this should not require power. Do I need to? No, I'm gonna termination off this. Okay. Let's see what happens. I said so if you can't see it because it's probably out of frame, I am holding down the C key. It should hopefully see that there is a CD-ROM drive on the SCSI bus. The blue SCSI is in fact getting power. The Mac is looking for a disk. I can tell because of the way that it is. Oh, come on, Dave isn't that old. I'm going to go pop a drink into the freezer while this thinks out what it wants to do. It's still sitting on a gray screen, just so you all know. You know, you do not need it to be so damn bright in here. Alright. So the C key seems to have just completely locked the poor thing up. So I'm going to hold down the Option key now. I don't think we're going to see anything, but I could be wrong. Yeah, Option key does not bring it to the boot picker, so there is no boot picker yet. That was not a thing on these machines. And you get nothing! It is checking the blue SCSI, though. The blue SCSI is blinking. Did it actually? No, it looked like it was about to try. Alright. Let's play SCSI Voodoo. Let's turn termination on. Set timer for 15 minutes. What's it gonna do this time? I should plug my FireWire drive in here and see if it tries to boot anything from that. Oh! It tried! It just tried to boot from the blue SCSI and didn't. I'm not sure what happened there. Blue SCSI lit up for a minute, and it looked like it was going to try. That's a good idea. Oh my god, he live pulled it. What does the log say? Nothing of interest. Everything looks normal. I'm gonna try something else here. So I'm trying to boot from 8.6 because I know that's a known good image. And this machine will run 8.6 just fine. So I'm grabbing a 9.2 installer now and putting it on the SD card. Failing that, I am going to try and firewire this thing. Though I've not had luck with that on here. In fact, do I even know my... What the hell was that? Do I know where my firewire cables are? Specifically the ones I would need to connect this drive. I don't. Or do I? No, I don't. I can target disk mode off another computer, though. Which I may well try. I know my iBook works. Okay. Let's see what happens now. So I left the 8.6 installer on there as well. So theoretically, this thing should boot whatever OS it deems bootable. Okay, we're back at the question mark again. Is it going to attempt? one more time. I will hold the C key, and we will see what happens. This thing is just putting up all of the fight. Don't worry. When I get my new MDD, you will become a forgotten piece of junk. Do I have... Okay. Just making sure I did not have back feed turned on. So... Okay, so the story goes, the friend I did the MDD power supply recap for, he moved to Arizona, and everything was hunky-dory, but he's actually having some other friends move in with him now. So he's having to downsize. So he is giving me pretty much all of his spare retro stuff, including the MDD that I recapped for him. So, yeah, that's coming to my collection. And he left all that stuff in Southern California with a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine. And I'm trying to figure out a way I can either go get it or have another friend of mine bring it halfway up to me so I can pick it up, like, at the halfway point between here and my friend's house. Because that would be lovely. Also, this system is still not booting. So I think we are going to get drastic here. And by get drastic, I mean I'm going to just firewire this stupid thing. So... we are just going to pull this SCSI card back out because it is clearly not doing the job. And I know the SCSI card works. I'm going to put the SATA card back in. Actually, no, I'm going to return this the way it was. Come on. Out you come. Gonna return this thing to stock or the way I had it. God, this screwdriver would stop magnetizing off everything. I don't think that's bad enough to justify doing anything about. Okay. So in an effort to make more room for myself, save that all over here. Check my firewire cable. I don't know where my adapter went, because that would make this a lot easier. Move you guys back a fair bit here because I need to be able to move around the camera. I will be right back because the power adapter for these iBooks is in my room. So, be right back. Okay. Time to use the cleanest iBook I've ever seen in my life. At some point in the near future, I do want to invest the effort and money into putting an SSD into this thing, because it's a really cool iBook. So, do not turn off. Why is this thing? No, it's not on battery. What the? So here's how you get a bunch of free MDDs. You have Justin donate a really rare GPU to you, and for some reason that just causes everybody within a 50-mile radius to throw their MDD at you. At least that's what it feels like. Alright. Let's get the PowerBook up and running, or the iBook up and running. I believe it's Command T. God, the screen is so dim. Okay, fine, don't listen to me, that's great. Cool iBook from cool guy. Okay. Come on, I believe in you. This is why I want to put an SSD in this thing. Thankfully, I think some things I've talked about in the Discord already, like to some people, but hopefully next year I'll be able to do something that's going to like free up a little more financial headroom, and I can afford to like actually, you know, do things again. But for now, this thing sits on a chunk of spinning rust, doing nothing but being slow. And it's going to be even slower when we go to boot from it over FireWire. Is it an M-SATA SSD? Because that's what I would need for this. I believe if we go down to startup disk, I can restart this thing. No, I can't. Not from here. What version of OS 10 do I have on here? Oh, 10.1. That might not be good. Oh yeah, that unfortunately will not work because there won't be enough room in here for the adapter. That's why it has to be M-SATA, because you have to use one of those adapter boards to get it to work. The other way it would work is if I were to like shuck the SSD, but then that would be whole other mess I'd have to deal with. I appreciate the offer, though. Just gonna hold the T key this time. Maybe it's just T. Yeah, it is just T. Okay. So now we're in disk mode, or target disk mode. No, it's a standard size. It's a standard size IDE drive. You can't. The reason why you can't replace it with an SSD. The reason why you can't replace it with an SSD is because, like a regular SATA SSD, is because you need room to adapt it to IDE. All right, let's try this again. Will it do anything this time? Come on, Firewire. Come on, Firewire. I'm going to let it sit there for a minute, because sometimes it takes a minute to recognize what's connected to it. Yeah, and unfortunately, like, the prices on those things have gone up. Like, I remember when you used to be able to get them for, like, $8, I think. And now they're, like... Now they're, like, 15. It's like, what the hell happened? I'm gonna try using the optical drive on the iBook here, too. You know, if I could. Or does it not work? Boy. You are being very difficult. And yeah, I'm trying both option keys now. There's no boot picker on the G3 blue and white. Which is very unfortunate because it would make this so much easier. So we're going to try this in reverse. I'm going to reboot the blue and white. Hold down the T key. Reboot the iBook. Let that boot into OS 10. The G3 should go into target disk mode. I hope. I hope. Please. No, it's not. It's just going to completely ignore me. What is going on with this system? It's throwing me for a loop here. Alright, back down to the bench. So I'm gonna try something a little more drastic here. Gee, I want to do something real quick while I'm in here. You know, if I just didn't drop my screwdriver like a boss. That's alright, though. Shut you down because I'm not going to need you. Yeah, and that's what I mean, Trina. Like, they used to be like $8. They used to never be like 13. So it's like, once you add in the SSD, you're getting like up to blue scuzzy prices. Which is really unfortunate. Oh, oopsie doodle. So my hope is that bent the back panel back into shape, because I'm not sure how it got bent out of shape, but I noticed the card was hanging kind of like halfway out the slot. And I don't think that's causing any issues, because it's not like it was crooked and bridging any pins. But I also want to be sure that nothing is going wrong here. I'm also going to try and just remove, just in case this is causing any issues. I'm just going to take the disc on module out. Wouldn't it be funny if that were what's causing all of my issues? Wouldn't that be tragic? Tragic only because them things ain't cheap. Oh, come on. Ah, I hate when cards do that. They screw them down and they try to shift out of their slots. I made myself some glizzies. You missed absolutely nothing. The stupid thing still ain't working. But this time, I am removing the disc-on module. That is the one thing I've not tried. Because disc-on modules I expect to be reliable. But maybe that's the problem to begin with. Who knows? I also removed the battery, so we'll see if that also may be our problem. At this point, I'm starting to run out of ideas. Okay. See what we get. I expect nothing. I realize I could also just replace the SSD and see if that does anything of consequence. So I've actually got a spare one somewhere over here. I think this one was actually being used in the clone. So maybe I'll give this a try in a minute. Actually, maybe I'll give this a try right now. So we're still not doing anything. Yeah, I'm kind of getting there too. Like, at least it survived VCF, but, you know, it's kind of starting to get there. Like, I don't know what else to do. So we'll try another SSD. Let's see what happens. I just realized the SSD was unplugged, but for science, we'll try it anyway. Good God. Trina, as a mod, I order you to put yourself in horny jail. Nothing? Is it uber mad now? Is it mega mad now? Get somewhere. I think it was shorting. So I'm just going to let this thing try and boot. I'm not expecting anything to happen. If it does, I will be impressed, though. I think this SSD has some flavor of 9.2 on it. Or 9.1, which should boot on here anyway. And I know this SSD is good. I have tested it. I think this optical drive ain't good. At least it doesn't feel like the belt's any good. I may be in for an optical drive replacement, and I'm not looking forward to that. Have you seen prices to send stuff to Canada? That is not cheap. Alright. Let's see, what IDE optical drives do I have kicking around here? So what I'm for sure going to be doing here is grabbing an IDE cable and testing this before I go through all of the everything. Give me my disc back. What perplexes me is this is a newer drive in here. It should be working just fine. Not sure why it is not. Then again, it's IDE. Things are not getting any younger. Grab this guy right here. Grab that guy right there. We're doing this Draga 1 style, ladies and gentlemen. But are IDE CD drives still being manufactured? That is the question. All right. It's spinning up. Well, I'm not sure if I can call that an improvement. So let's try to put on a good show, but it ultimately did not work. I think this needs a servicing, so we will be putting that in the service pile. On to the next. I can almost guarantee this is probably going to require service, but we might as well try it out. This is one of the more desirable CD drives. The Pioneer DVR 107. Fun drive, but I can almost guarantee it's going to need some service. If this works, though, it'll be a good fit for this system. Yeah, for industrial, yeah. You know, there's a joke in there somewhere, but I'm not going to make it. Let's see if this works. Certainly trying. This is where I wish I had like official install media. So just for giggles, I do believe this copy of 921 should be good. I have not tried open firmware, nor do I think I'm going to, because once I get to that point I have no idea what I'm doing. have no idea where my 10.3 DVDs have gone. So it's making all the right sounds, it's just not getting anywhere. I do also have, oh, actually that might be a good try. I have the restore disc for this particular system. It's thinking. It's actually not that. So I think this drive is bad. Because it was trying to read it for a minute. Either this drive is bad or it cannot read burned media. So we're getting somewhere. We're getting closer. I'm going to put that on the service pile, though. Here, ooh, this might be a good candidate right here. I think Garth gave me this drive a while back. Let's give her a try. Oh, that sounds crunchy. Well, let's see if it does it. It's making all the right noises. Was making all the right noises. This might also need to be serviced. A lot of these drives like need lubrication and new belts. It's trying to read. Crunchy beats aggressive rattling. It sure does. So welcome back, Lazy Blue Goat. I will say, at least it's attempting to boot this time around. Like, it's spinning up, trying to read. I think it's reading. Slowly. Okay, I actually have a better plan here, I think. Maybe, possibly. Let's just get my disc out of here. Oh, that's crunchy. So I'm going to put this on the service pile as well. I'm not doing that on stream, I can tell you that right now. So, there is one more drive over here I'm kind of curious about. I'm going to throw that on here. If that doesn't work, I have a plan, or a plan B. Oh, wow. This is also an Apple drive, too. From 1999. I think this may have came out of a blue and white. Well, we'll see if this works. It is set to master. Good, good. Alright. This drive sounds a little bit healthier. Maybe it'll do something. It's not spinning, though. Or is it? Up there it goes. Just making some very concerning ticking noises. And it failed. Option doesn't work on these computers, Trina. This is before that existed. Trust me, I've actually tried it earlier on and it doesn't work, which is unfortunate. Because that would make my life so much easier. So open firmware does have a boot selector, just this machine was before that was implemented. So, I have a drive just suspiciously sitting right here, though. I'm going to try this drive real quick. This is a Philips drive. I'm going to try it, because it's just sitting right there. Before I grab a known good drive. Also, don't unplug your IDE drives live, kids. That's how you blow out your IDE channels. That's on the service pile. Alright. Philips, do I believe in you? I sure hope I do. This has been an adventure and a half. Actually, I might have a better cable for this. It's not in the drawer where I thought it would be. Where is my big EVGA box? Ah, behind me. And it is not in here. Because why would it be? Okay, whatever. 12 minutes in and still no good. See, this is the price we pay for having a really easy first machine. Come on. And this one has a bad belt. Alright. I'm out of patience. You need a belt. You go on the service pile. I am striking out so hard with IDE drives right now. Therefore, I am playing the I am no longer asking card. You go to the back for now. This is a house where we share our goods, and in this case, I know this machine to have two perfectly good optical drives. So I am appropriating one of them. And I am very certain this is not going to come out easy. I'm guessing one of these. Guessing the front panel has to come off. You know, maybe this was not a good idea. Because I don't think this is going to come out easy. I think this is going to require me to take like this plastic bezel off. And I don't think that I want to tackle this at this moment. Because if I broke this, I would be very sad. So I think I'm going to just continue burning through all of my IDE drives at this point. So not today. Not today. So, I swear this latitude keeps falling asleep and I'm getting real tired of it. When laptop is plugged in, turn off on after. Never. Never turn off. When plugged in, PC goes to sleep after. Never. Let's continue. Let's stay the course, I guess. I'm running out of IDE drives to test. I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder what these drives will do. Sub IF, main IF. Are these even IDE? These aren't even IDE. What do these go to? These are some really eccentric drives. You can ask around about these ones, because these aren't IDE, and they aren't SCSI either. Okay. So I'm down to 4 drives then. These are not IDE, so they need to go somewhere not here. Have another Pioneer. I think came out of an iMac G4. This might have been a working pull, if I remember correctly. Would be nice if it were. But at this point, I expect damn near nothing. I do also have the Windows 95 build sitting right under me. And I know it has a working optical drive, so there is always that as a valid option. Alright, let's try this again. I'm gonna go grab a drink while that thinks about what it wants to do. Maybe it will surprise me. Surprised me, it most definitely did not. Starting to think I'm gonna have to like service some of these drives and try this again at a later time. And he keeps trying though. Yeah, and this is where I really wish I had official media. Because I know some of these drives just cannot read burned media for whatever reason. So, I'm going to try something weird here. I don't think this is going to make a lick of difference, but I'm going to switch it over. It did spin up this time. But I'm so used to getting let down that I'm expecting it to just fail again. Right. I have wasted enough time on this. Oh, what? Give me that back. Excuse you, that was rude. Alright. Turn off the TV so we're not wasting energy. Okay. I guess let's try our luck at doing this live. Might as well, since this has gone so hilariously sideways at this point. So this is a DVRW. Let me check one of the other drives. I'm going to try this one out first, I think, because it is a newer drive. Therefore, I think its chances of recovering are a little bit better. Hopefully I am still in frame, at least enough for you guys to see what I'm doing. Usually these drives don't need too much in the way of service. Just a little bit of white lithium grease, cleaning off the laser. And usually that's enough to bring them around. So I hope that's the case for this one. So I do not feel like going on a big old goose hunt with this one. Go. Sometimes the foam likes to go bad on these. And if that goes bad, then you're going to have a bad time. Okay. This all just comes out the top. You know what? Let's make this easier on myself. Hey friend, can I borrow your power for one more moment? And I see a giant dust bunny in there, so that would kind of confirm that we need to clean this thing out. Do I have... And that's the game. The foam is still there. That's something you definitely want to check on these drives. That foam will deteriorate, get all over the place, and then no one's having a good time. Man, Trina's missing the best part, too. So because the foam is doing alright, I'm going to leave it be. Otherwise, I would remove it because I think it's only for like sound deadening. Yep, well, now we can recover that. So there's the laser. We can oil up everything while we're in here. Grab that little spindle. Okay. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get my white lithium grease and my alcohol to do this. And unfortunate tragedy, I'm running out of alcohol. Need to go buy some more. Okay. Let's get this show on the road. Ooh, that rail is nasty. Look at that. That's a good thing we're doing this. Now, clearly the best option would be to use special Q-tips that are meant for electronics, but these have worked just fine in my experience. They get the job done. Okay. Okay. Let's give the laser one more little brush off here. I think we are golden. The eject motor and such didn't show any sign of needing any help. So I think I am just going to let that be for right now. Okay, I'm just going to put the top on. And before I call it good, I'm going to do this the Mike Tech way. I'm going to power it up without any kind of data connection to it. I use the G3 for this once again. Use it as kind of a dumb power supply. And I will feed it a disc, and we will see if it spins the disc. Get in there. Okay. Try this. All right. That's not gonna work because I need to screw the top in. Maybe I should just put this thing all the way back together. So I forgot it needs that top screw in, otherwise it's just gonna like have a hard time spinning the spindle. Yeah, let's just put it back together. We'll take our chances. So for some reason the tray isn't sitting in there quite right. I need to check that out. But since we're so close, I might as well just put the bottom on. And I'm just going to test it like this. Because I need to eject the tray again anyway. Once again, power. It's mad about something. I wonder if that spindle's just not in the right way. Whatever. Today is going very wrong, very fast. Hopefully that spindle didn't like break when it dropped to the ground. That would suck a ton. Where did I put that screwdriver at? Huh, that flathead just disappeared. That's unfortunate. Whatever. Should be small enough to just... Oh, there's like a layer of gunk on there that needs to come off. Okay, we have more cleaning to do. So why is this part not seating correctly? Looking around to see if there's a part that fell off. I'm not sure that there is. Wherefore has my phone gone? Or if there was a part, it went flying. So that'd be one of those things I'm gonna have to go back in the stream for and see if it was there or what I happen to be missing. Because, yeah, unless that piece is gone somewhere, I don't think there was a piece in here. So on this drive, it's like part of the lid. Okay. I'm kind of curious if there's just something I really missed here. This has arrows pointing to the screws, so this is the right way up. I'm just going to put this back together, and if this don't work, well, I will table this particular drive for another day. So, you know, I think this is one of those things where the whole drive has to be, like, back together for that to actually, like, not spin out of control. I think if this doesn't work, I'm just going to wrap the stream up and handle refurbishing the drives off stream. So I'm getting kind of tired. I should probably take a break. Sure, that's very tight. something? Oh, there we go. Maybe that was it right there. Because, yeah, maybe this does need to seal up for that to not spin freely. Honestly, would not surprise me at this point. Alright, let's see if it still freaks out. Huh, maybe that was it. Because now it's spinning up. Okay, well, cool. Now it's working. Okay. So the drive did need to be fully sealed up for that spindle to work. Okay. The more you know. So I'll leave this in here. Turn this off. Let's see if we win this time. This is the last attempt I'm going to give it for today. So if this works, well, that'd be great. But if it doesn't, probably do it off camera and see if we see if I can do a video on this to maybe give an update. All right, here goes nothing. That drive certainly sounds a lot better, though. But will the G3 play nice? It sure is looking like the answer to that one is no. Let's see if it attempts to come good. I'm gonna try one more thing. I think. Yep, I do have a DVD. DVD of macOS 10.3. Let's see if DVDs do anything. Because this is also a DVD drive. I do also have a known-to-work copy of 9.1. I will also try. It doesn't sound like it's going to even entertain the idea of booting the DVD. Yeah, it doesn't like the DVD. So, I will try my known good copy of 9.1. And this is where I'm probably going to end it. It's thinking. But it has thought many times before, and then never did anything. Yeah. I have given the system literally every chance I think I can give it at this point. I will attempt a copy of 9 or 10.1. Give it back. The only thing I can think of to do at this point is like get a known good Mac up here, of which I have none because none of my other ones are IDE capable. Besides maybe my 9600 if I put like an IDE controller in it. Install a version of Mac OS to that drive. Put it in here and see if it'll boot. Oh, we actually crashed out to open firmware this time. I think that's about as good as we're going to get it at this point. I'm going to go ahead and just take a picture of that. Get a better one. And yeah, I think at this point, I'm not sure what's wrong with this machine, but it just is never having a good time. So I'm probably going to take a step back, rethink my strategies here, and just do something different. I don't know what I'm going to do, but for right now, I think I'm just going to mercy kill this stream because I don't think I'm going to get much farther right now. I need to take a step back and like take a break and think about my strategy here. Maybe I'll dust off the 9600 because I've got this IDE card that I think will work in it. Grab the disc on module, put it in the 9600, install like 9.1 to it. Bring it over here and see if it'll boot. Maybe same with the SSD as well. The SATA SSD. But for right now, I'm just going to leave it here. So if you enjoyed the stream, hit that like button. You know what to do. Do the engagement things. Hopefully, I'll have a video of some sort or some kind of update on this thing. Because right now I'm kind of just flummoxed and I'm not going to deal with it anymore. So, yeah, till next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.